So, aerospace engineer, avid runner, transplant from Jamaica, and a survivor. And you know why I said survivor. It's okay. We'll get to that later. All right. So, you're currently a mechanical engineer. That's awesome. And one of the biggest employers here in the state of Florida. So, can you tell me what your line of engineering does, like the parameters of it?
Yes. So my degree is actually in aerospace, but aerospace and mechanical are so similar. Like our curriculum is pretty much the same up until the very last year. First job was with an aerospace company in California. And what they do is they design. So my job is pretty much sitting in front of the computer and doing all the design and then watching it get built and then
Okay.
helping with the building
Okay.
and then shipping it off to the vendor.
So is there a lot of math involved too?
Yes, there's some math, but it's not like writing on the paper math. It's
Okay.
like the computer, and they have software that does like all the calculations for you.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's totally opposite of what I do. I'm looking at kids and
Yeah.
analyze. So you have a nice calm job. Huh? Can I just go ahead?
Yeah, dealing with like the vendors and dealing with the customers.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So on some days it's calm and
Other days it's hectic. So as I was reading your bio, saw that you wrote down about your least favorite teacher. And so I've been teacher for 27 years, and I was like, oh Lord, I hope I'm. So do you feel like teachers have a big impact on students and their learning and what they inevitably become?
yes, absolutely. My mom is a teacher.
Is she?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I grew up being the teacher's kid and,
Okay.
helping her mark her papers and watching her groom her children and
Right.
seeing how my teacher groomed us as children. So every stage of life, I always had a favorite teacher.
Yeah.
And I always told my mom, oh, Miss Levy is my favorite teacher because of this one.
Right.
And the teacher that was responsible for me being an engineer now, like trying to get a hold of him, trying to find him, but he was very inspirational, very, because I was at that age, I was unsure of myself. I wasn't good at math.
Yeah, so he was motivated, and that's what I try to do as well. And it makes a difference. You have your least favorite and your favorite that really got to you to where you're going.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So once you got to college, was there like a change that you felt like, okay, I want to start in this field, and then you change it? Because I know you wanted to. So what happened there that caused that change?
So my first time in an airplane.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't my first time, but I started flying more.
Okay.
Like the turbulence, so I don't know if I can.
Oh, okay.
I switched and was like, I'll just do the next best thing, which is design the airplanes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And so you're a Mercedes-Benz connoisseur.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, I like cars and
Right. I think everybody went through that Toyota Camry.
I mean, very reliable.
Yeah,
I love it.
exactly.
When I went inside this car and I, fascinated.
You have one. You keep it up to par. Oh my gosh. I can't even keep my one up to par. Every time I see you, you're happy-go-lucky. But after reading your bio, it just seems a little more complicated than that. But I don't want to get into that yet. Sometimes I actually hear you sing it.
Oh, no, my God.
But I did that too because I'm in a choir. And then also you did like praise and worship dance and
Yes.
inspirational dance. Wow, do you do that at a church here?
No. That was when I was younger.
Oh,
When I was in high school. Saturday was, started with choir. Sunday, of course, we went to.
Do you sing or anything?
No.
No? Well, I hear you all the time.
I'm embarrassed.
So your teacher, Philip Ross, physics, is that the one that inspired your?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. And I'm glad to, know that because, was it something that he said in particular or was it just the motivation that he gave you?
It was a motivation. I remember one time, I remember he used to calling us to like do the math, give you a chance to like, refuse. And
Right.
calling me one time. I was like, no. They said, no, come up and do it. And I'm like, no. It's like, no. Nothing.
Yeah. Kids are so apprehensive about that anyway.
Yes.
And I have to, do that to my own students because I know how it felt for me. I hate it now. I love it now. And I love imparting that into, children because I know that there's this scary thing about math,
Yeah.
But I'm glad to hear that. I hope I'm like him.
Yes, I'm sure.
So I learned that you're a vegetarian.
Yes.
Do you recommend that lifestyle to people, or was it something that you had to do because of?
Well, I have worked for others.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so I remember my doctor said, okay, try it for the 40 days and see if it works. And sure enough, I was like, and the one, so I just decided to continue.
Totally cut out meat.
Yeah.
Wow. Because so, ooh. Okay, so not even chicken.
No chicken, no fish.
Wow. So it made that big of an impact.
Yes.
Wow. So, I pulled up the statistics on high blood pressure. So I was reading that in 2023 statistics said that high blood pressure was a primary contributing cause of over 660,000 deaths in the US. And then when COVID came around, and 5 deaths were related to people that, and that's amazing that just a simple change like that would help.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm teetering the fence of actually, I'm not going to say vegetarian, but taking out the red
red meat,
meats. Yeah, and pork. I've already omitted that, but like chicken and fish and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start slow and
Yeah,
see, because I could tell that there's an onset of something.
Yeah.
Because it also runs in my family. Okay, so now in reading your bio, you mentioned that your mother and father separated when you were born, and that you had only probably see him twice. So do you think that the absence of your father shaped the man that you are? And this is what I mean by that: anger, or brought about the will to never want to leave family, because this is what I read.
Mhm.
And just tell me whether or not this rings true. An absent father can have significant effects on a son, often leading to lower self-esteem, behavioral and emotional challenges like depression, anxiety, and difficulties in future relationship. Boys without a father figure may struggle with identity, may be more prone to aggression or risk taking, and could face academic or career disadvantages.
Mhm.
Any of that ring true?
So I have a few of those issues, but I wouldn't attribute it to my missing father. As a matter of fact, so in learning about him, not from my mom, because
Right.
she did a very good job of being very neutral, not saying, a lot of bad things about him. She kind of let me learn about him from other family members
Right.
on my own, and learning of his history and everything. I think I was better off, harsh as that might sound.
Right.
But
But inevitably, it's true in some cases. I just know that men think that, okay, the woman could take care of that responsibility, and then I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't know. What's your take on that?
Well, I know from my dad, like
Yeah.
he was kind of like that. He believed that he pretty much could do anything. This might be going too much into the details, but he passed in 2014, and it was at that time I learned that he had like several children, and a lot of them were my age, So, and my mom didn't even know this. Like we both found out at the same time.
Wow.
Well, she kind of caught wind of the type of person that he was. That's why she decided, you know what, this is on her own. So she dealt with it and moved on. And then when we both found out, she was just like,
Have you tried to reach any of your siblings?
2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were the 2 that their mom, he actually married. So when I reach out to them and we're friends, whenever there's birthdays, I reach out, and, one just had twins. And so I'm trying to slowly, like try to build something.
Right.
But it's interesting though, like when, like the way they speak about him, loving and so caring, and he's shown them a different face than he's showing me.
Does that make you feel that in a way?
No, not really. Like I'd have to really see if like it's affected me, but
But it seems like you and your mom have such a lovely relationship. And I read that, I guess, in your mom bringing you up, she sent you to grandma.
Yes.
Yeah, for a while you had. Do you think that was separation anxiety?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much. Now that I'm getting older, and I think because I'm in therapy now, and some of the things I'm going through now is traced back to that experience.
Right.
So, um, yeah, that separation from my mom, because it was always just the two of us. I'm the
Right.
only child, and
I figured that. Okay.
so that time away from her, I felt a little bit alone because it was with his side of the family who I didn't really relate too much.
Now, was he from Jamaica as well?
Yes.
Now, did you ever visit there? I know you've traveled a lot.
Yes. You didn't go back to Jamaica?
Mhm.
Yes, yes. I was just there
Yeah.
last month.
Okay, your mom's family, both of your mom and dad's family.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. And so I read about, I guess, your little theme parks and things like that. So, did I read Belgium?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And so you went to Belgium?
Yes.
You,
So I'm a part of a roller coaster group.
no way.
Yeah. So what they do is they plan these trips
Yeah.
based on where the parks are. So
Really?
in addition to going to the different countries, we
Right.
get to like see,
Mhm.
different places and go to the parks and
Can you name some of them?
the parks I've been to.
Yeah.
So there's Europa Park in Germany. There's Fantasyland also in Germany.
My gosh.
Yeah.
So what about in US? Anything
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
anything fascinating?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Cedar Point in Ohio,
Okay.
Kings Island, Six
Okay.
Flags Mountain. I've been to.
Yeah, so I've been to that one.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about Disney or any places?
Yes, so I've
Yeah.
done both Disneyland and
Mhm.
Disney World.
So out of all the ones that you've visited, which one was like your favorite?
It's like picking amongst your children. So for nostalgia, the one I kind of grew up going to was the Six Flags in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have a special place for that one. But as far as like that has, the nice rides and very well decorated and everything, Fantasyland in Germany.
So you just traveling and going. How many people are like in that group?
In the group, last time we went, I think it was about.
And how do you hook up with a group like this?
So funny. So I stumbled on this blog site, and it's like a forum and everybody gets to comment and everything. And then the owners just like, I saw them posting pictures
Right.
of going to all these places. I'm like,
Wow.
how? And I private message, I'm
Right.
like, how do I join? And they're like, oh, you have to be invited, and
Right.
just send us an email and we'll send you an invite. That's how it started.
Oh.
2011.
Wow. So you guys go somewhere every year, or is it
Yeah.
more frequently than that?
Yeah, it's every year they plan like a big trip.
Wow, that's nice. Oh my goodness. The title of the podcast is I Cry Too. How do you feel about emotional intelligence in men? Or should I say, do you feel as if it's okay for a man to expose their feelings or to just reveal how they're feeling point blank? Because there's a cliche that men are not supposed to cry. They tell men to put your big pants on and keep it moving. Because I remember when my brother was getting off the bus, and there was this boy chasing my brother, and because he had beat him up on the bus, and then so my brother's running to the house, and my dad said, "No, you turn around and you go get him." That was the mentality that they had back then. But that men are more in touch with their feelings or their emotional side. What do you think about that?
Oh, growing up with my mom, like, she never really told me, try to sway me either way, to cry or not to cry. But I think my personality is, so I never cried a lot. Saw me think this. I was always nervous in school. And I think if I was a little bit more expressive.
You mentioned that you're going to therapy.
Yes.
Do you think that is something that men should do?
Yes. Yeah. And I know there's a stigma with my mom. I think my mom, she's supportive, but like other family members are like, "You've been to therapy for what's wrong with you?"
Right. Right. That's that old.
Yeah. Yeah. So
There are instructions and we're for us to get to our true selves, talking about it to a therapist or things out, because it is a weight. It tends to weigh you down, said, and everything else. But the outside of that, regardless of where you start at and you were saying you did coordinating school, but you can't tell that now. You're engineer, you got this, and I saw that you purchased your first home in 2007. Your home was done paid for you. God, well, how were you? Top 10? Golly.
Now it's 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. And I think that most young men, young couples, young women need to invest that early because now you're able to enjoy. I saw that. I was like, is this a typo? On the phone with my kids, you guys need to put it together. Yeah. So is there anything that this is a thing you've gone through a test and your test is a testimony. It's a testimony to others. Whatever you have said may help someone else. So is there anything that you would like to say that you feel would be helpful?
Well, I would say the importance of family. Me and my mom, and whether it was school or my family. One time in 2007, I took a time out. No, we're driving over the.
Made all the difference.
Yeah. It meant a lot that they, parents of family, I would say, like, don't discount that.
I think because when you harbor those things or seclude yourself, because after a loss that I experienced, that's what I did. I secluded myself, and that's not good. When you hold things in, it's not good. There's a scripture that says that, but basically talks about if you're holding things in, you're denying yourself of a release. And, whether or not it's crying or whatever, Psalms 56:8, it just says that God captures tears. He, he's aware that we have these emotions. And when you are expressing emotions, that just says that you care, that you love, that you're human and that you're here. So I want to thank you so much for coming. So now about this meat thing, I've got to do that. I've got to eliminate.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you eliminated?
Well, they told me that I should also try to limit, like sugar, which is
I know.
I love the cakes, the cookies and all that. And I try. They said that sugar is kind of like, they were showing me a picture of what it does to your arteries. It just really like wrecks your blood vessels. And of course, we already have the genetic predisposition for smaller arteries. That's why we have the high blood pressure. That's what they're saying.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So try to limit the sugar. So I use a lot of artificial sweetener. Probably isn't good. Yeah, agave.
Have you ever been to Miss Mango's on I-20? Yeah, she has all kinds of things. Every time I leave out of there, she gives me the bee pollen. I think I'm going to start using sea moss. Have you heard anything about that? Yeah, it says that there's 92 minerals of the, I think 94 that our body needs. That have turmeric. And what you're saying about the arteries, I have to have arteries in this leg and this leg redirected because they're narrowing more. So it causes swelling. Yeah, I know with my family, I have so many negative things in my family, the congestive heart failure, the high blood pressure, diabetes, all of that. My parents, they early, they were in their 60s. And so I'm almost there. so I've got to do something. My dad would always say, okay, we can't do this. We can't do it. I'm like, okay, Daddy. But, he's not here anymore. My dad was the nurturer of the family. Her family is from the Bahamas. So, they're all high strung. So I try to get away from that side of the family. His family's from Louisiana.
Okay.
So, yeah. I graduated from Grambling State University.
Oh, so it's cool.
Yeah, I'm working on my doctorate right now.
Are you serious?
And I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'm only 3 classes in, but oh my God, it's rough. And it's like, and it's online through Liberty University in Virginia. I'm like, do y'all teach us anything? I got teach myself. So, but
so do you have to go up there every once in a while to have some though?
Yeah, thank you.
So you get an education?
Education law. So I got my master's in education law.
Oh,
yeah. There was a time in which I thought I was going to be an attorney. I opened up that LSAT, and I'm like, what? because you have to be so analytical. I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
so with engineers, they say that engineers are a fine line between being on the spectrum. Like you guys are OCD, and is that you?
Yeah. And I'm not so bad, but I see people at work,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, my son's like that. He's a mechanical engineer,
Uh-huh.
but he was in an accident. He was in a motorcycle accident, and after that accident, he just tried to. I mean, he swayed away from that field. So now he opened up a business. He has a tire shop
Okay.
in Cocoa.
Okay.
Yeah, he did it for 4 years, and I'm like, honey, are you sure? He's like, yeah, mom, no.
He's done with that.
Yeah, then he's growing his hair this way and that way.
Oh.
Like Trey. That's the one that's in the football. Oh, and also I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
So if you're looking up here at these men, is there one of them that you would say you relate to more than others? I see you looking at Denzel.
Only because I kind of know his history, and
Uh-huh.
I have never heard anyone say
You got-
anything bad about Denzel.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been married for several years. His children,
Yeah.
are grown, like Hollywood royalty.
Right,
you know,
right.
so-
And you know what? He's changed because he doesn't care what people, he'll say whatever's on his mind, basically,
Yeah.
and not in a negative way, but not trying to sugarcoat, pattern himself because his work ethic, being married so long, his boys.
Yeah.
That's my favorite picture of him too. And so you know why I put Michael up there. So I'm thinking about just the trauma that he went through. His dad passed away, and it was right before he won a championship. And you see him stretched out on the floor, just not even stretched out. He's in a fetal position, crying. It's just gut wrenching just to see that. And even Malcolm.
Yes.
Jamal Warner, Spike Lee. I think early on he was a little controversial. You were in acting, weren't you? Were you acting? Okay.
I'm too shy to act.
I used to do community theater.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in Hairspray and Center and Cocoa Village Playhouse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, got by in time because I was going through a divorce at that time.
Okay.
That's where I spent my time.
Your outlet.
It was. They call it Broadway on Brevard.
Okay.
Or Broadway. Yeah, Broadway on Brevard.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, my mom is into plays.
Is she?
Yeah, she loves plays, and she saw a brochure of there's actually a show coming up that she wanted to see.
At Cocoa Village? Okay, yeah. I remember the first time I went, it was Aida, or something like that.
Mm.
It was just so amazing. And they really take everything serious. Like, here, we're not getting paid doing anything. It's just strictly volunteer. But everything is so professional, So I just fell in love with it. And so I did my first play.